I showed up uninvited to the Father's Day BBQ. Dad said, "Don't touch the steak. Your brother paid for it." My sister smirked. "Try not to embarrass us again." I smiled. They didn't know everything came from my grocery account. That night, I reversed every charge and left a note on the grill. By morning, their fridge was empty, and my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. "Don't touch the steak. Your brother paid for it," Dad said, flipping it like he was doing me a favor. I stood there, hands in my pockets, the smell of burnt sauce mixing with the sound of laughter that didn't include me. My sister Ava smirked. "Try not to embarrass us this time, Noah." Her husband laughed too. The same guy who borrowed $5,000 from me, just until payday. I looked at the table, the drinks, the meat, the desserts. Every item had come from my grocery account. They just didn't know yet. I smiled, poured myself a soda, and said quietly, "Sure, I'll behave." Mom glanced up from the grill, pretending not to hear. When the food was served, Dad raised a toast to family who never forgets who really gives. I didn't say a word, but when he said, "You're lucky to eat here for free," something inside me snapped. I just whispered, "Am I?" He froze. The laughter stopped. That was the last thing I said before I walked toward the house. By nightfall, every grocery charge reversed. Every steak, every soda, every crumb. And when they found my note taped to the grill that said, "Next time, pay for it yourself," their fridge was already empty. My name's Noah Westfield. 27. The quiet one. The one who never yelled back, even when they pushed too far. I wasn't always silent. I used to explain, defend myself, beg them to see I wasn't the failure they made me out to be. But after years of being blamed for things I didn't do, I learned silence hurts louder than words. I'm not rich. I'm not special. I just worked hard, picked up shifts, saved where I could, and still somehow, my money kept helping the family. They'd call it borrowing. But borrowed things never came back. Now I'm done lending. And the funny thing? They still think they broke me. They have no idea how much I know. Dad, Richard, late 50s, retired early on my college fund, the kind of man who says, family first, but means family that agrees with me. Mom, Evelyn. Soft voice, cold hands, the peacekeeper who never kept peace. She'd whisper, "You know how your father is," like it excused everything. My sister, Ava, 30, the golden child. She got the good bedroom, the car, the applause. Every success was shared, but every mistake was mine. And me? I was the invisible one until they needed something paid. At that BBQ, watching them laugh over my groceries, I realized something cruelly simple. I had been their safety net for years. And now, the net was gone. It started small, Dad calling me ungrateful. Ava rolling her eyes, Mom saying, "Don't ruin the day, Noah." But I noticed the way they looked at each other, nervous, like they were hiding something. Dad said he was helping Ava and her husband with their mortgage. Except, it was my name on the loan paperwork. I'd co-signed it 2 years ago, thinking I was just helping family. Now, they were behind on payments, and the bank had started calling me. When I brought it up, Dad said sharply, "That's your responsibility. You're the one who signed it." Ava just shrugged, sipping her drink. "Maybe next time read before you sign." That's when I understood. This wasn't a mistake. It was planned. They'd done this before. I'd just been too blind to see it. Dinner turned into war. Dad slammed his hand on the table. "Don't talk to your sister that way," Ava snapped. "He's just jealous I have a family." I laughed, not loudly, but enough to make them freeze. "Family?" I said. "You mean the one I've been paying for?" Mom tried to stop me. "Noah, please." "No," I said quietly. "I'm done pretending this house is holy." The silence was heavy. You could hear the meat sizzling outside. Ava looked uncomfortable for the first time. "You think money makes you better?" "No," I said. "But it's funny how it makes me useful." They didn't respond. I got up. "Dinner's on me. Literally. check your receipts. And I left. 2 years ago, Dad got sick. Heart surgery, no insurance. I sold my car, drained my savings, paid every bill without hesitation. Mom cried and said, "You saved us." A month later, Ava told everyone she arranged everything. Dad told the neighbors his daughter handled it like a real adult. When I asked why he didn't mention me, he said, "You're supposed to do it, Noah. That's what sons are for." That was the first night I realized love in this family had a price tag, and I was the only one still paying it. The night after the BBQ, I checked the mortgage documents again. There it was, Dad's forged signature next to mine. He had signed as co-borrower, pretending to take responsibility. Except he'd used my digital ID to approve the loan. It wasn't just betrayal. It was fraud. I went quiet for 2 days. Let them call, lie, twist. Then I sent one email, to the bank, to the family group, and to Dad's friends he always bragged to. Subject line, shared responsibility. Attached, every receipt, every transfer, every signed document, all linked to them. Ava called screaming. Dad threatened lawyers. I just said, "You taught me family means taking care of each other. I'm just returning the favor." And hung up. The house was chaos. Ava's husband left. The mortgage froze. Dad's reputation shattered. People started asking questions he couldn't answer. Mom came to my apartment, tears in her eyes. "You've destroyed us, Noah." I looked at her and said, "No, Mom, you just finally saw what you built." For years, I'd been their cover. The quiet one, the responsible one, the one they could blame when things went wrong. But when I stopped covering, they called it betrayal. I call it truth. Weeks later, I visited that same house. The garden was dying. The grill rusted. The front door half open. Dad didn't come out. Ava didn't text. Only Mom stood there, holding a photo of all of us smiling years ago. "I don't expect you to forgive us," she said, "but you didn't have to go this far." I nodded. "Maybe not, but you all went too far first." Her eyes softened. "Do you hate us now?" I shook my head. "No, I just don't love the version of you that used me." And then I left. No drama, no shouting, just quiet freedom. For the first time, silence didn't feel like defeat. It felt like peace. It's been months now. I moved to a small apartment by the river, started a new job, got a dog. Sometimes I still wake up expecting my phone to buzz with one of their emergencies, but it doesn't. And that quiet, it's healing. Ava sent one message last week. "You were right." I didn't reply. Some stories don't need happy endings, just endings. I used to think revenge meant watching them suffer. Now I know it's living without needing their approval. For the first time in years, I'm breathing, not for them. For me. If you were in my place, would you forgive them? Or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments, your voice matters here. And if Noah's story felt like a mirror, hit like, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories of silence, betrayal, and strength, because sometimes the quietest people carry the loudest scars.